Up and down the clown. We're just having a little, you might not hear me in that breeze. It's coming straight from the north. But that's the, you can't really see because of that large oak tree, you can't really see the full extent of Crieff, but that's the upper knock at the back there. Everything in the horizon is the mountain territories that I normally climb in all seasons, but as I've repeatedly said recently, it's not been possible because of up and down's impact upon my mental health. I think she'd planned to steal my energy. A little bit like that man, well, woman, it turned out to be a man. I not mean that in a bad way, just because of the coat they were wearing. This is in Istanbul airport, I think I've mentioned it several times, but what I'm saying is when they came in and whished away my energy, and I've not loaded the stuff about Egypt yet. I might do that over the weekend about that terrible situation in my mind, but that said and done, what I actually think about that is a whole new avenue in my mind. So I'll explain about that when I go to do the load. It will be a particularly long load. It will be if I do decide to put it on, you will have to make sure you've got tea and biscuits by the side, because it lasts perhaps 40 minutes or more, unless I edit some crucial things out. It's a very pleasant day for the late February, and I think we're in for a fairly decent week. There's some squalls away over the top of the Grampians just appearing every so often, but nothing is producing any real snow. I can't believe it. There's a better view of my hometown with the magnificent churches. And the main knock at 793 feet, in the upper knock at 911 feet. Sorry, shaking camera, Andrew. But Crieff was certainly at one point the centre of the universe, and due to political decisions made in Holyrood, I mean, I'm talking truth here, these decisions of taking pockets of low vibrationals from one part of the country and put them in another is purely nothing to do with housing shortages or housing availability. It's all to do with diluting the political spectrum of the nation, so that they guaranteed on what used to be a very particular conservative stronghold in these parts, given over to the nationalist. Well, in order to maintain the nationalist domination in these parts, they make sure by replacing the population with low vibrationals. If the low vibrational is likely to vote, they're more likely to vote nationalist. But of course there are, as I said often, there are low vibrationals can vote conservative as well. But many low vibrational people vote conservative. Many low vibrational people who drive hybrid 4x4s and Range Rovers, for example. So for example, if I was walking along here and I moved to the side to allow a Range Rover to pass safely, most people would acknowledge that movement with a smile or a wave. But low vibrational Range Rovers drivers would just completely ignore that you're there. when you look at the scenery, you imagine what you want to see. You are purposely looking at a scene that only you can see. If I was standing next to someone, just say for example, because I'll talk about her often, but let's say Up and Down was looking at this particular scene, she might not see anything in the same format across the landscape that I do. She might not notice things in the distance that I can see. She might not be interested. She might actually say, "What the fuck are you bringing me out here for?" At one point in time, Up and Down and I would have been able to sit around in the barley field. Perhaps we might take a little siding and open a picnic basket or something. Checkered thermos with the 100% woolen blanket for the ground covering. But you may just pick out, sorry about the breeze from the north, it might distort, but you may just pick out some of the very fashionable houses at the north of the town. It's not a great angle for it, but it's a magnificent place, and of course it's now been populated by so many people of low vibrational domination. It's killing the character of the township, and this is happening in many places across the nation. And as I say, it's a political gesture. It's nothing to do with trying to accommodate people with housing. I think what we'll do is we'll return to the motor vehicle. I have the Clio for the country roads. And when you meet a low vibrational Range Rover driver and you're driving a Clio, they completely ignore the fact you're on the carriageway. They just but if you were driving a Range Rover yourself and you met a Range Rover, the electric windows would come down. "Hello, everything all right today?" "Absolutely wonderful. I've just got a delivery from Fulton and Mason, and they've included a couple of extra packs of pate and cheese for me." "What kind of cheese are you looking at?" "Oh, well, it's Bavarian smoked cheeses that I absolutely adore." "Very good. And have they discounted anything?" "Well, there was some sauerkraut that Tilly likes to nibble upon, and so we got some sauerkraut, but it was discounted by 15%, but I thought it was a rather jolly gesture from Fulton and Mason." "Any drink?" "No, not really. I go to my favourite wine shop and get most of what I need. Anyway, I must dash. I've got things to do, but it's lovely seeing you. Is that a new Range Rover you've got?" "Of course.